God bless you, everybody. Good morning. To see God. Our devotional text comes out of the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. And the word of the Lord tells us, anything you did, even for the least of my people here, you also did for me. And we see that Jesus is talking to his disciples. He's talking to the people at this time. That was the New Century Version. The New Revised Standard Version says, and the king will answer them, truly I tell you, just as you did it to one of the least of these who are members of my family, you did it to me. When Francis of Assisi turned his back on wealth to seek God in simplicity, he took off his robes and walked out of the city. He soon encountered a leper on the side of the road. He passed him and then stopped and went back and hugged the diseased man. Francis then continued on his journey. After a few steps, he turned to look again at the leper, but no one was there. For the rest of his life, he believed the leper was Jesus Christ. He may have been right. Jesus lives in the forgotten. He has taken up residence in the ignored. He has made a mansion in the middle of the sick. Do you know of anyone who's forgotten, ignored, or sick? An elderly neighbor, family member, church leader? A young adult who seems to have no friend? A parent who may be going through a sickness? If you want to see God, you must go among the brethren. You must go among the broken and beaten, and you will see him. But the thing is that if you want to see God, go in his presence. Stand in his word. Not just stand in his word, stand by his word. And the thing is that when there is somebody, when God has given us somebody to minister to or converse with, we cannot ignore that person. It can be somebody that may be homeless on the street, and God will have us to just minister to them. We cannot be disobedient. Just how when we commit a sin and we repent, it's thrown into the sea of forgetfulness. When there is somebody going through a difficult time, or when they have a disease, or when they have a different background, we cannot ignore them or forget about them. But what we have to do is love them just as God loved us. And it is important for us to understand we may be the only God that people will see and the only Bible that people will read. That's why it is important to read the words of Jesus. Jesus is all around us. And let's do what needs to be done to win souls for Jesus. Because Jesus says, the least you do unto them, you also did to me. Doesn't matter who the person is. If you see that they're going through something, ask them if you can pray for them. Give them a word of encouragement. Uplift their spirit. Because you can be interfering with an angel, you don't even know it. And not just that, you can be talking with a family member that you haven't even seen or that you haven't forgave in years. You never know who you may bless by just encouraging somebody.